Zinc Media. Feel the power of knowledge.
We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain of human rights. And among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of
Good evening, my fellow Americans. Yes, it is I, your lovable host, Rod, coming to you live from my bunkerized home studio somewhere within the great granite state of New Hampshire. Yes, indeed, the state where the motto is live free or die. It is not big government or bust. Yes, we are here. We are here this Friday, November the 16th in the year of our Lord 2012. And we're just moving right along. It's the end of the week. We're trying to have some fun here on Fridays. We try to take it a little bit lighter than we normally would. And we hope that you enjoy today's show, as well as all the shows. You know, if you haven't listened to them all week, you should go back and take a look at them or listen to them. You can get them right here on Spreaker.com, or you can go back and get additional information on RodEccles.com. Yes, that is my own website, companion website to the show. And you probably want to go over there anyway and take a listen to my bit that I call Battleship. It's about 15 minutes long, actually, but it says a lot in that 15 minutes. You know, I can say a lot in 5 minutes, but what I said in that 15-minute time frame is a lot. It's the equivalent of somebody else talking for like an hour and a half. Because I try to be concise, because, you know, I have to be concise, because I got a lot that I have to say on a nightly basis and get out to you. We're going to talk about the hostess thing. Yes, we're going to talk about the Israel and thing and Benghazi. And folks, there's some. I've avoided talking about the Benghazi thing because everybody and their brother's talking about it. You know, there's no need to have my take on it too. But I will. I will give you a brief take on it and let you know what exactly is going on. You also want to, you know, Fridays I like to also remind people of all the different ways they can get in touch or be in touch or keep in touch. You know, you can get me at, email me at rod@rodeccles.com. Of course, there's the fan page on Facebook. You know, it's the Rod Eccles Show. You know, Facebook.com/the Rod Eccles Show. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Twitter. Just look for Rod Eccles. You can even find me on Pinterest. Yeah, you can follow me over on Pinterest. Now, I don't have a lot of photos up over there yet, but, we're getting to it. I'm getting to that. I think it's going to be pretty fascinating. I think Pinterest could be a pretty fascinating type of social network. And I think Pinterest can be a lot of fun, or could be a lot of fun. It has the potential to be a lot of fun, but we will, and just to be something that's a little different, sharing other than, I know right now it's probably, what is it? It's pretty big, with women, with recipes and craft stuff. But there's some good ideas over there. On that even I have taken heed and made note of, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with having crafts and stuff, especially around the holiday season. But you'll start to see a lot more of other stuff. Like I've noticed there being a lot of fashion orientated stuff. Now, I've never really wanted to have been a fashionista, although I was once a model. Yes, folks. Yeah, I know. Rod, you were a model. Yeah, I was a model back in the day. Back when I was 17, 18, 19 years old, I even had an agent. I did a couple of commercials in the Syracuse, New York area, TV commercials, just local commercials. I did a catalog. Now, the catalog was, I'm glad it doesn't exist. And this was, before everything was thrown on the internet and where it could last forever. This was still paper stuff, paper catalog. And I'm glad it doesn't exist, because I was dressed from head to toe in tie-dye. I look like Jimi Hendrix on cracks in a nightmare. Yeah, you could have. Well, you know what? It was. I look so ridiculous. I look like something Dr. Seuss would draw as a Jimi Hendrix character. That's how bad. But when you're trying to get started in that type of world, you'll especially in Syracuse, it wasn't a big, huge modeling and acting center. So you did anything to try to get noticed. I did. There was this. Well, it wasn't a magazine. It was. I don't know what you call it, but it was a big, thick book of people, faces, people that wanted to be models and actors. I don't know if they call them an on-call book or whatever, but it was called Faces International. If anybody remembers that, yeah, I bought a picture in Faces International. Well, that's how I got my agent, by the way. I didn't get any work off it. Now the Faces, they promised. I think this is in the 80s, and I think it promised. I spent like $75 or $100 on the small page, and there were people spending as much as $500, $1,000 on a full page spread, and I didn't have that kind of money, so I gave him $100, $7,500, and I did. That's how I did find my agent, and but now the agent, did a little bit of his job for Syracuse. He got me the tie-dye deal. He got me 2 commercials, TV commercials. One was for PNC Foods. Actually, it was 3 commercials, because I did 2 commercials for PNC Foods, and one was they were both beach commercials, for the summer. Another one was for the area in Onondaga County called Operation Separation, when the Onondaga County, Syracuse area was about to go into mandatory recycling. So they wanted to advertise this and get people to pitch in and understand what it was. So I did a commercial for Operation Separation way back in the day. And there was a few other pictures, a few photographers. That I didn't have to pay for because of, the modeling thing. Got some good pictures out of that stuff. A couple of professional photographers. That was a lot of fun, but unfortunately, fortunately, it really didn't go anywhere. Otherwise, I might be one of those self-absorbed Hollywood elitists today if it did. Instead of the thoughtful, thought-provoking, leading conservative voice that you now hear. But it's, experiences help make a person. Experiences, I would not have changed or traded that experience for anything. It was a part of who I was and a part of what I thought I wanted to do or be back then, and it's helped shape me who I am today. Now, there are a lot of things if I could go back, I'm sure all of us, I would do differently. Absolutely, hindsight is always hindsight is not always 20/20, but it's usually 20/20. And I'm sure, speaking of hindsight, I'm sure in hindsight, if the people of Hostess had to do it all over again, they wouldn't have pushed the company so hard. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't eat Twinkies. I have said this before. I don't eat Twinkies, but I know a lot of people who do. Now, I've had now, they're not really called Twinkies unless Hostess has them, but I've had a real Twinkie, and it is good. It's not the Hostess stuff, filled with artificial flavorings and colorings and garb. It's a real angel food, because Twinkies are angel food cake with that cream filling, sugar filling, and I had a real one. There's a company in Pennsylvania that makes these. It's a small regional thing, and being in Pennsylvania, I've actually had the opportunity to have, and they're good. I like angel food cake, but the I don't know what they call them. Everybody, because they look like a Twinkie. They're kind of shaped like a Twinkie, and they're obviously yellow, but they're not Twinkies, because Twinkies is a Hostess thing. But every once in a while, I've had Hostess cupcakes and ding dongs and ring dings, and I've never really liked devil dogs too much. What is it? Is that it's not a moon pie. It's moon pies are good though, marshmallow. But no, it's like chocolate devil cake with no frosting on it, with a cream filling. It's like two chocolate devil cake halves, if you will, and it's like a sandwich, and they put cream in the middle, like the Twinkie cream, and I think it's called a devil dog. I never really liked those too much, because you needed a lot of them, because the cake was kind of dry. It's kind of the cupcakes and the snack cakes. I know people who I used to like the orange ones. I like the lemon. I love the chocolate, obviously, and I also like the lemon. But the orange never really tasted. I don't know what the orange was. I think it was supposed to be orange flavored, but it really didn't taste like orange. I don't know what the hell it tastes like. It was good, especially as a kid. It's nothing but sugar, so of course you're going to like it. But I don't ever remember it being really tasting like orange, because it wasn't orange. But it's something interesting. But now it's no more. And my big thing, if you look at the organization, it's the Union of confectioners and bakery and confectioners and something and tobacco. I'm like, now who in their right mind would put sweet stuff and cigarettes together to form a union? That's good. It's a cancer thing, right? I guess if you eat too many Twinkies, it could be dangerous for your health too, like cigarettes are supposed to be. But they shot themselves. Now, I was listening today on the radio, Howie Carr, and somebody was talking about, they called into the Howie Carr show and saying, the dough maker, the dough stirrer or whatever, is making $17 an hour, and that wasn't a lot of money. Well, no, it's not a huge amount of money, but $17 an hour for 40 hours a week, if you annualize that, that's almost $36,000 a year. Now, that isn't bad money for doing that. It's above the poverty level. You won't get food stamps, all that kind of stuff at $36,000 a year. Now, I know that on the web there are some people out there that are taking the union side. Well, it's not the union's fault. It's Hostess never should have. If they couldn't afford to sell their Twinkies for that cheap, they shouldn't have sold them that cheap.